Patrick here from Half Cheetah Will View, and it is day 2 of our 31 days of Halloween. So yesterday we started off with one of my favorite movies, a movie I've seen before, and so today I thought we'd go the other way and watch a movie that we have never watched before, and tell you our thoughts about it. And the movie we'll be talking about today is a Canadian horror thriller film called She Who Must Burn. This movie was made in 2015. It was directed by Larry Kent. And it was also written by one of the co-stars of the movie, Shane. I can't pronounce. Let's see if I can pronounce this last name without killing it too badly. Shane Tworden. He wrote this movie along with Larry Kent, who also directed it. So this was their second collaboration together. This movie stars Shane Tworden. It also stars Missy Cross, Andrew Dunbar, and the only name actor I knew watching this movie, and when I picked it up, I knew the name, and that was Jewel Staite from Firefly and Serenity. This movie is rooted in reality, unfortunately. This is like there's certain horror, like the fantastical horror, like supernatural horror, like A Dark Songs of supernatural horror. This movie is based on more reality, and it's terrifying. This is a very terrifying movie, and it's a hard watch. Basically, it's a woman named. The movie opens up with a gentleman walking inside a clinic. It's implied to be a Planned Parenthood, and he murders the doctor in cold blood. And he also is the patriarch of a large religious family, who actually owns the small town, owns the small town that they live in. But he doesn't get away with the murder; he gets arrested for it. And but the rest of the town is still in the family's name. Because of the violence toward the clinic, the state decides to pull the funding and the rest of their staff out. But one counselor, a lady named Angela, who's played by Sarah Smythe, she decides to stay to help because the town needs her help. It's racked by chemicals in the water, high cancer rates among the victims. It's just it's miscarriages, stillborn births. It's a really messed up town. So she's trying to stay there to help make a difference. Her husband is also a deputy sheriff, so that helps too. But the town is very much against any and all doctors. It's a religious cult, basically, a right wing religious cult, calls themselves Christians, and they wage war on anybody who doesn't believe the way they do. Even though Angela's not a doctor, she still gives advice and helps out when she can. And of course, this brings her into conflict with the patriarch family, the Barkers. The sons, Caleb and Jeremiah and Rebecca. Jewel Staite plays Margaret, who's married to Jeremiah, and her husband is evil. What can I say? I mean, he's evil. Of course, he's hiding behind the Bible, like most fake Christians do. That's not a opinion. It's fact. So, don't come at me. You won't want to do that. But that's how it's portrayed. It's oppressing. It's scary. The husband feels like he can do anything he wants because he's married to Margaret, and that includes raping and beating her. Angela, when Angela finds this out, she tries to help Margaret escape. and this brings her into direct conflict with the Barker family. Um, the tension gets ratcheted up, and the key to the movie, looking back at it, is when Rebecca has, again, this is not the first time, but she has a stillbirth, and but this one's a little different because it snaps her reality, and she basically goes insane. Um, so the pressure's on from Angela to defend herself and her home against these religious nuts who are coming onto her property, they're terrorizing her. And of course, this leads us toward the end of the movie, and it's an unforgettable ending. Um, yeah, it's terrifying. Like I said, this is a hard watch. It's filmed great. Um, Director Larry Kent. He's done a couple of things. One thing that sort of bothered me at first with this movie was the fact that the camera never seems settled. It's always moving. It's like shaking a little bit. The whole movie. It's like handheld. That's a little disjointing at first, but as you get into the more and more into the movie, it starts making sense on why he did it. Because he doesn't want you comfortable. He wants you to be a little unsettled. And another trick he pulled with that too was he went ahead and in all his characters' interactions, especially when in the conflicted ones, he got the camera up real close to the people's face. There's like no space. It's just like you're right there in them, right there in their face. It's unsettling. It's unsettling, and it's effective. Um, there is no supernatural horror. There's no demon. There's no It's just right wing fanaticals, and quite honestly, isn't that quite the devil himself? Um, there is a little bit of the ending where it's hinting at a little bit of a supernatural retribution, but not really. I mean, yes and no. I mean, it all depends how you see it. This is a really good movie. I highly recommend it for watching it, though I'm not sure if you'll watch it again, um, because of the subject matter. I'm gonna keep it in my collection. I was interested in it. Um, I thought the acting was really good. Um, Missy Cross as Rebecca Barker, holy crow, steals the show. Absolutely phenomenal performance. You're scared of her. You're scared of her and her acting because she's that good as Rebecca Barker. She's scared the poo out of me because there are people like that. Not literally, but I mean, it scares me because there are people like that here in this country that are fanatical. Still are. I guess we call them anti-vaxxers now, but there are in the far right wing Christian, the evangelistics, there are people like this. This is not a movie where it's just like over the top. It's a caricature of a certain, of a type. No, this is the true to form, and it makes the movie that much more impactful and haunting. Um, so yeah, this is my day two of 31 days of Halloween terror, and She Who Must Be Burned definitely fits the bill. Highly recommended. This movie runs for like an hour and a half long. There's no special features. The only one thing I will say, one thing when this movie's made up, is whoever wrote the synopsis, you need an English class because this is a horribly written synopsis, and it might put you when you look at it, but don't let it. Don't let this cover keep you away from this movie. So yeah, you should be able to get this movie on secondary markets, eBay, Amazon. Only came out in 2015, so it's not that old. So yeah. All right, that's it for us. That's day two. We'll be back tomorrow for day three. I don't know what we're watching yet. It's gotta be something scary. It might be Scooby Doo. I don't know. I might need to tone it down a little bit. I don't want to be super dark and without a light. You know, I want this 31 days of Halloween to be a little bit of fun. So I think that we're going to aim for that tomorrow. All right. If you liked what you hear, please give us a subscription and leave a comment and hit the notification bell. All right. Until tomorrow night for the midnight hour with horror trivia on Hobbs Horror. We'll see you then. Until the next one. Peace.